A Course in Miracles, Lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. Today's idea will eventually overcome completely the sense of loneliness and abandonment all the separated ones experience. Depression is an inevitable consequence of separation. So are anxiety, worry, a deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and intense fear of loss. The separated ones have invented many cures for what they believe to be the ills of the world. But the one thing they do not do is to question the reality of the problem. Yet its effects cannot be cured because the problem is not real. The idea for today has the power to end all this foolishness forever. And foolishness it is, despite the serious and tragic forms it may take. Deep within you is everything that is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. It will cure all sorrow and pain and fear and loss, because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and suffered out of its allegiance to them. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness, because its source goes with you wherever you go. You can never suffer, because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone, because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind, because God goes with you wherever you go. We understand that you do not believe all this. How could you, when the truth is hidden deep within, under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see? Today we will make our first real attempt to get past this dark and heavy cloud, and to go through it to the light beyond. There will be only one long practice period today. In the morning, as soon as you get up if possible, sit quietly for some 3 to 5 minutes, with your eyes closed. At the beginning of the practice period, repeat today's idea very slowly. Then make no effort to think of anything. Try, instead, to get a sense of turning inward, past all the idle thoughts of the world. Try to enter very deeply into your own mind, keeping it clear of any thoughts that might divert your attention. From time to time, you may repeat the idea if you find it helpful. But most of all, try to sink down and inward, away from the world and all the foolish thoughts of the world. You are trying to reach past all these things. You are trying to leave appearances and approach reality. It is quite possible to reach God. In fact, it is very easy, because it is the most natural thing in the world. You might even say it is the only natural thing in the world. The way will open if you believe that it is possible. This exercise can bring very startling results even the first time it is attempted, and sooner or later, it is always successful. We will go into more detail about this kind of practice as we go along, but it will never fail completely, and instant success is possible. Throughout the day, use today's idea often, repeating it very slowly, preferably with eyes closed. Think of what you are saying, what the words mean. Concentrate on the holiness that they imply about you, on the unfailing companionship that is yours, on the complete protection that surrounds you. You can indeed afford to laugh at fear thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. Lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. Lesson 41 does not announce a God who arrives late. It quietly removes the entire idea of arrival. If God goes with you wherever you go, then there was never a moment when God was absent, delayed, watching, waiting, or on the way. The phrase, "God is coming," collapses on contact. Pop goes the weasel indeed. Separation always carries a mood with it. It wears different outfits, but the posture is the same. A body wakes up in the morning, stares at the ceiling, and feels the weight before any story begins. Nothing dramatic has happened yet. No bad news has arrived, and still there is heaviness.
the sense that getting up will cost something that cannot be named. That is depression. It is not sadness about a thing. It is the dull certainty that something essential is missing and cannot be recovered. Later in the day, the same mind checks a phone repeatedly, refreshing nothing, waiting for something unnamed to resolve. Thoughts begin to sprint ahead of the moment, rehearsing conversations that have not happened, outcomes that have not occurred. Breathing becomes shallow without being noticed. That is anxiety. It is vigilance in a world believed to be unsafe. Worry shows up as mental housekeeping that never ends. Lists are made, revised, and remade. Even while sitting still, the mind is pacing.
Nothing is wrong right now, but something could be. And that could becomes a full-time occupation. A deep sense of helplessness appears when effort has been exhausted and relief never arrived. Advice was followed, plans were made, hard work was done, and still the sense remains that the steering wheel is decorative. Life seems to be happening from the outside in. That is helplessness. Misery is quieter than drama. It is the flat taste of a meal eaten without hunger. The conversation endured rather than enjoyed. The sense that joy belongs to other people or other timelines. Suffering is misery given a story. It is pain personalized, interpreted, and defended. It becomes an identity rather than a sensation. And intense fear of loss is the constant scanning of the horizon for what might be taken next. Love feels temporary. Security feels conditional. Even happiness is monitored, as if joy itself might provoke its own removal. All of this flows from a single assumption: separation is real. And so cures are invented. Fix the body, fix the relationship, fix the economy, fix the past, fix the future. Fix the mood with chemicals, affirmations, rituals, distractions, productivity, spirituality, morality. Anything except questioning the premise. The problem is treated like a mechanical failure rather than a false assumption. And because the problem is unreal, the effects never truly resolve. This is why it is called foolishness. Not sin, not evil, not moral failure. Foolishness is simply mistaking imagination for fact. It is loyalty to a conclusion that was never examined. Serious consequences do not make the premise true. Tragic appearances do not grant reality to the cause. A nightmare can be terrifying without being factual. Deep within is not a vault that must be cracked. It is not buried treasure requiring excavation. It is simply what has been ignored while attention was given elsewhere. What is perfect does not need improvement. It only needs allowance. And when it radiates, it does not fix effects one by one. It withdraws allegiance from the entire error system. Allegiance explains everything. The mind pledged loyalty to fear, to loss, to scarcity, to separation. Not consciously, but faithfully. Thoughts were obeyed, stories were defended, evidence was collected, and suffering followed obedience like a shadow. To say the source goes with you wherever you go is to say holiness is not situational, joy is not conditional, life is not intermittent. Aloneness becomes impossible, not poetically, but logically. Even the show called Alone cannot depict aloneness. It can only depict bodies without other bodies. Presence was never missing. The cloud of insane thoughts is not dense because it is heavy. It is dense because it is believed. Like a fog that vanishes when walked through, it has appearance without substance. Nothing is being battled. Nothing is being destroyed. Vision is simply moving forward. To sink down and inward is not a technique. It is a withdrawal of investment.
The body is allowed to sit without being managed. Thoughts are allowed to pass without being interrogated. Attention stops climbing outward toward meaning and begins resting where meaning originates. It feels like less effort, not more. Like releasing a grip that was never necessary. The appearances being left are not objects. They are interpretations, labels, narratives about what things mean and where safety lives. Reality is not a different world. It is the same moment without the overlay. Reaching God is natural because it is not a journey. It is cessation of resistance. A hand unclenching does not travel anywhere. It simply stops holding. Startling results are not fireworks. They are quiet impossibilities dissolving. A fear that should have appeared does not. A reaction fails to launch. A familiar tension is absent without explanation. Peace arrives without drama and without cause. That is success. And once glimpsed, it cannot be fully unglimpsed. Laughing at fear thoughts does not mean mocking them. It means recognizing their lack of authority. Like a smoke alarm triggered by toast, the sound may be loud, but no evacuation is required. Or like a GPS insisting on recalculating after the destination has already been reached. The instruction can be heard without being followed.
Fear says, "What if this goes wrong?" And the response is not argument. It is companionship remembered, protection assumed, holiness acknowledged as fact rather than goal. Laughter rises not from dismissal, but from relief, because nothing real was ever at risk, and nothing real has ever been alone.